Welcome back to Now Go See It. We're pulling into Mossel Bay this morning, and the first thing to know about this port, it's an easy one. Unlike some of the bigger South African ports that require long waits for docking, clearance, or extensive immigration checks, Mossel Bay operates with a simple and efficient tender process. Our Norwegian cruise line ship was quick and efficient this morning getting us ashore. If you've cruised South Africa before, you'll know that some ports can be slow with strict security or complex disembarkation procedures. Not here. The tenders were running on a frequent schedule, plus the water conditions here are usually calm, so you most likely won't be dealing with a rough, bumpy ride. Once on shore, you walk off the boat and immediately see the town. Everything is close by, which makes for an easy start to an excursion. As we step onto land, there's already a row of tour buses waiting. Our tour today is heading inland, away from the coastline, into the heart of the ostrich capital of the world, Oudtshoorn. Once on board the bus, we get a brief drive through Mossel Bay itself. This is a coastal vacation town, a hotspot for people looking for a beachside getaway. It has a mix of modern resorts, golf courses, and historic sites. Unlike bigger cities like Cape Town or Durban, Mossel Bay has a slower, more resort-like feel. It's the kind of place people come to relax, play a few rounds of golf, or enjoy one of the many water activities available. It also has some historical significance. It's where the first European explorers landed on South African shores. Bartholomew Dias, the Portuguese explorer, arrived here in 1488. There's a museum dedicated to that history. Mossel Bay's waters aren't just for tourists and fishermen. This bay is home to one of the highest concentrations of great white sharks in the world. The reason? Seal Island. Just offshore, this small rocky outcrop is home to a massive seal colony, which in turn attracts sharks. The mix of warm and cold ocean currents here creates a nutrient-rich environment that supports a diverse range of marine life, including whales, dolphins, and an abundance of fish. This is one of the top places in the world for cage diving with great whites. If you've ever seen footage of sharks breaching out of the water, launching themselves into the air to catch prey, there's a good chance it was filmed right here. Even if you're not actually in the water, just watching from the coastline, you might see a fin poking through the waves. As we leave Mossel Bay, we merge onto the famous Garden Route, one of the most scenic drives in South Africa. This stretch of highway runs along the coast and then inland, weaving through forests, mountains, and rolling farmlands. If you were to drive the entire 190 miles or 300 kilometers of the Garden Route, you'd pass through national parks, lagoons, and dramatic cliffside roads. Today we're just joining the route for a small portion. The section we're traveling today takes us inland, so we don't get the full ocean views, but what we do get is a gradual transformation in the landscape. The first part of the drive is green and lush, with dense vegetation, tall trees, and occasional glimpses of the coastline. But as we head further inland, that greenery starts to fade, replaced by dry, rocky terrain. Over the course of 90 minutes, we watch the scenery shift completely. The climate here is much drier, and by the time we reach Oudtshoorn, we've left the coastal weather behind. This is a semi-arid Klein Karoo region. It looks completely different from where we started. Oudtshoorn is world famous for one thing: ostriches. It's the ostrich capital of the world. The town has been at the center of the ostrich farming industry for over a century. At the end of the 19th century, ostrich feathers were one of the most valuable fashion accessories in Europe. These feathers were used in hats, boas, and extravagant outfits. They were considered a luxury item. The demand was so high that ostrich farmers in Oudtshoorn became incredibly wealthy. In fact, during the peak of the feather boom, ostrich feathers were worth more per pound than gold. The industry eventually collapsed when fashion trends changed, but ostrich farming didn't disappear. Today the focus has shifted. While some feathers are still sold, the primary markets are now ostrich leather, which is used in high-end handbags and shoes, and ostrich meat, which is considered a healthy alternative to beef. The eggs are also a big deal. They're used for food, decoration, and even in art projects. At the ostrich safari, before boarding the tram around the farm, we are handed a small tub of ostrich food. Then we board the tram and we roll slowly through the farm. The guide explains everything about modern ostrich farming. The farm is huge, with different sections for different stages of ostrich life. Some areas house the breeding pairs, others have young ostriches, and some are for fully grown adults. The guide talks about how the birds are raised, how they're fed, and how the entire farming process is managed. And then we get to feed them. The second you hold out the food cup, the ostriches move fast. Their heads dart forward, beaks clacking against the cup, pecking rapidly. It's quick, almost frantic, and a little bit startling. They're not aggressive, just eager.
All right, go away. All right, it's empty. It's empty. You did it. You ate it all. You big pig. You sure? That's all there is.
So for the first 6 days after hatching, the birds don't have an immune system. The body of they will start consuming the food or the dung
Yeah, you've done it. You've ate it all.
Droppings from the mom and dad.
I've got nothing left.
That's sustainable. This also has a lot of semi-digested fiber. Bacteria, which is very hard.
Forgotten.
And then special diet will follow from the 7-day towards the 14-month.
But having a giant bird jabbing its head right into your space takes some getting used to. After the tram ride, we get to walk around the farm. There are sections where we see the ostriches up close, as well as areas with emus, which are smaller but still impressive. One of the highlights is the incubation area, where we learn about the egg hatching process. Ostrich eggs are enormous. They can weigh over 3 pounds and are strong enough to support an adult's weight. The incubation process is carefully controlled, ensuring the highest hatch rate possible. Modern ostrich farming isn't just about collecting feathers. It's a carefully managed process where every part of the bird is used. The meat is popular in health-conscious markets, the leather is a luxury item, and even the eggshells are turned into decorative pieces. Before heading back to the port, there's a chance to explore the grounds. The gift shop has a wide selection of ostrich-related items: ostrich leather wallets, handbags, feather dusters, and painted ostrich eggs. There's also a cafe and a restaurant, but with limited time, we opt for a quick snack rather than a full meal. On the bus ride back, the landscape changes again as we cross Oudtshoorn Pass. The road winds through the mountains, offering some impressive views. We make a quick stop for photos before continuing the drive back to Mossel Bay. Back in Mossel Bay, the tender process is just as easy as before. A short line, a quick ride, and we're back on board in no time. Oudtshoorn's ostrich farms offer a unique look at an industry that most people don't think about. It's not just about the birds, it's about history, farming, and innovation. If you've enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and check out nowgoseeit.com for more information about Mossel Bay. Now go see Mossel Bay, South Africa.